Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. As you can see, we're kind of in a different setting today. I'm actually recording from my hotel room that I'm in for work in Georgia. But yeah, I brought my ring light with me and everything. I wanted to make sure I got these videos out every single week. This week you got them a day late. Maybe I shouldn't have set a specific day already that I'm gonna put them. I do want to try to get them up on Sundays and Wednesdays. I think it's good to just split them up between the week. But if they're ever late, just bear with me, and I have a full-time job, so I love doing this, and I will get them up as soon as I can. As we are talking about traveling, this video is gonna be all about traveling. So I have 40 tips for you guys to take with you as you travel, whether you just travel for fun, or you travel for work, or you travel once a year, or you travel once every 10. But these tips, I assure you, will help you with your traveling adventures. So we will jump into those right now. All right, so number one, as you can see, said to set an alarm to check in. I cannot describe to you how important this is, and I should follow my own advice because I forget to do this all the time. I've gotten a little bit better about it, but nothing annoys me more than when I forget to check in. So just make sure to set an alarm. If you get the app, which is gonna be one of my tips later for your airline, they will send you a notification of when you're supposed to check in, unless it's an airline that you choose your seat. But this is a tip for people who fly Southwest, which if you're somebody that knows me and you're in the area, that's a really big airline in our area. So I don't know if a lot of other airlines are like that. But yeah, you definitely have to check in 24 hours in advance, and I wouldn't miss it more than a second. Number two is already to download the app for your airline, like I was literally just saying. You can see your flights, any flights you have in advance, you can see what time they're at, you can see what gate they're at, you can view your boarding pass, you can screenshot your boarding pass from there, you can do everything from the app. And so I think it is super easy, like all the updates come up through there, like if your gate changes, things like that. And like I said, it'll give you notifications for when it's time to check in, or when it's time for your flight, things like that. Or when they're boarding, it'll tell you all of that information. So number three, I'm kind of just rolling into them, is screenshot your boarding pass. So I cannot describe to you how much easier that makes your life. You don't have to go to these machines and print out your ticket. You can just get on your phone, and it is right there, and it has the little barcode on it. And then when you go up through security, they screenshot that. And then when you go to your actual gate and try to get on the plane, they can scan it there as well. And make sure you have your brightness turned all the way up, or you will be standing in the line looking like a fool trying to scan it for 5 minutes, and the TSA people will get super irritated with you. All right, number four. If you are a heavy traveler, I suggest getting TSA PreCheck, which I have not done. And if you know me, you know I have traveled a lot for work. If you don't know what TSA PreCheck is, it is where you don't have to go through the security line. You have a separate line just for yourselves because you have to pay for it. I believe it's like 80 something a year, or for every 4 or 5 years. I don't really know the specifics about it, but I just know that you have your own separate line that you go through. And you don't have to take your shoes off, and you don't have to go through such extreme security measures. So it just saves you a lot of time. Number five is, if you are from Missouri, then you need to get your passport, which I also have not done. So I just need to keep rewatching this video and get myself into to do these tips. But yes, if you're from Missouri, it was supposed to be like January that you had to have a license to be able to travel anywhere, even domestic travel. There's something about Missouri licenses that that they're not going to work anymore for ID. When going through the airport security, you're going to have a passport. So I've heard that they actually postponed that to, I believe, October of this year. So just keep your eye out on that, Google that, find out that information for sure. Just keep posted on it, because passports do take a few weeks to get in, or a couple months, and you don't want to be having to travel for something and not have a passport. Yes, Jessica, I'm talking to you. Okay, so number 6 is buy a travel pillow. Oh, yes. You need to get a good travel pillow. I have one of the like memory foam ones and I love it. It helps so much. Or bring your bed pillow. I mean, seriously, like it is so uncomfortable on those planes. And if you have a long one, especially even over an hour, I always go to sleep. It is just so hard with your neck and your head where to put it, especially if you're sitting in the middle seat. You can prop that table down in the middle and then put your pillow on it and sleep that way. Number 7 is to dress comfortably to the airport. So I'm just saying this simply because unless you have somewhere to be after you leave the airport, I do not understand why I see so many people dressing up to the airport, trying to look all cute, trying to be all fancy. Girl, boy, whoever, no thanks. So number 8 is purchase luggage that is different than everybody else's. So I wish I would have been able to get a set, but at the time I didn't have the money to spend on a big set. But I do have a carry-on that's white. It's a Calvin Klein one that I got from Ross actually, which they were really affordable. But it's a white leather one and it has like a blue stripe on it and it has C's on it. So it stands out. It's not a black suitcase. It's not a gray, a brown, a green suitcase. It is not something that everybody's gonna have. You're definitely gonna be able to differentiate that. That one's a carry-on, but even if you're trying to go find your bag in an overhead bin and you don't remember what number you put it in, it's easy to be able to spot something that's bright colors or something with a pattern, something different about it that you can tell which bag is yours. And it especially helps, especially if you have a checked bag, because I cannot tell you how many black bags there are. So number 9 is to sign up for the rewards. Sign up for rewards for everything. Your airline, if you're taking rental cars, sign up for like I have Avis rental cars for work. So I signed up for Avis rewards, whichever car line you're using, whichever airline you're using, and whichever hotel you're staying at. If you know you're going to be staying at several hotels like Marriott's or Hilton's, then sign up for both of them. Just if you know you're going to be parking in the parking spot a lot or whatever your airport's parking area is a lot, get rewards for that. Just get rewards for everything, because if you're a frequent traveler, those are really going to help you save money and be able to help you build up points so you can take trips in the future and use those points, or you get special perks for having lots of points and stuff like that. So number 10 is to check the price of one-way flights. So taking a one-way flight somewhere and then taking a one-way flight back. Now, I have never done this before, but I've heard people from work doing this, and this is just a way for you guys to save money. So if you want to check when you're picking out your flights, how much it is to go there on a one-way flight and then book a one-way flight from the destination back to where you live, then yeah, definitely check that out just to see if it's going to be cheaper for you. All right, so number 11 is to take a carry-on if possible, because I don't know about you, but I do not like standing in line waiting for those check bags. The other night when we got here on Sunday, we waited 30 minutes at least in the carousel. I really love my new bag and I love how big it is and I love being able to pack extra stuff, but I hate having to wait in line, and there's nothing worse than getting back to your destination, getting back to your house, and having to wait again in line for that luggage. Sometimes I get home, like I've gotten home at midnight on a Friday night off of a flight, and I do not want to be waiting any longer than I have to. So number 12 is something simple. Just make a packing list ahead of time. I love making lists. So what better thing to do than get out some cool gel pens or something fun to write with and make little headers like bathroom stuff, clothes, shoes, whatever it is that you need to bring on your trip, and look over the list once, twice, 3 times. Make sure you know everything is on your list. That way that when you go through to pack, you know that you have everything on that list that you're going to need for your trip. Number 13, some people, you would be surprised, even myself, we forget to check the weather for our destination that we're going to. So just remember to check the weather of where you're going, because if you're going somewhere that's not close to where you live, the weather is probably going to be different and you might need a coat, or you might pack jeans and long sleeves and need shorts and t-shirts. Number 14 is just to roll your clothing. I'm sure if you've looked up traveling tips before, you've seen that. I think it really does help, but when I have my carry-on, I definitely have to roll that. I roll it as tight as I possibly can and just try to smush it all in there as much as I can. You can always iron it out when you get to your destination, but definitely just try to roll it all and pack it and make it compressed so you can fit as much stuff in your bag as possible. Number 15 is one that I could not live without. Always remember to bring your headphones. And if you can, if you want to buy them and you can afford them, I don't know how expensive they are. I actually haven't looked it up, but buy sound canceling headphones where you can't hear any sound out of them, because those must be a lifesaver, because a lot of flights, I guarantee you probably have at least one baby or children on your flight and it's going to be loud. And if I didn't have my headphones, I swear I would die. Number 16 is to buy a pill organizer to organize your pills. And you can either separate out each day if you're taking several medications, like you're taking 3 or 4 prescribed medications and you want to separate it out just like a usual pill bottle. But I also saw an idea where you can label them on the top, like aspirin, Aleve, or Tums, stuff like that, and your prescriptions, and you can just keep them all in a separate pocket of that little organizer, and that way you have all your medicine organized with you, and you can take it on the road with you, you can take it on the airplane with you, you can take it wherever you need to go, so that you know you always have any of the over-the-counter or prescription drugs that you need. All right, so number 17 is to separate your jewelry. I can't stand, I've had to throw away necklaces because I've spent an hour trying to untangle them and it's just impossible. So my mom a long time ago bought me this little, it's like a leopard print, it's like a little tiny circle bag, and inside of the bag you unzip it and there's little sections and there's a zipper on each section, and like some of them are half of a circle, and those ones are for earrings, so there's like 2 zippers and you can put earrings on both sides, and then some of them are just a whole circle and you can put necklaces inside of it. Number 18, I saw this tip online and I think it's super helpful, is to bring a trash bag with you. If you want to separate your dirty clothes out, or if you want to separate, I guess, your shoes out. I've seen people separating their shoes from their clothes. That doesn't really bother me. My shoes, I mean, I guess that they are dirty because they touch the ground, but I don't keep mud on them or anything. And number 19 is kind of similar to that. Bring dryer sheets. I really like this tip that I saw. So if you pack a dryer sheet in your suitcase, it'll make all of your clothing smell fresh. Maybe even like rub it into your clothing just a tad bit before you pack it up, or just set it in there with that. We are on number 20, almost halfway done. All right, so number 20 is very important, ladies. Always, always, always pack your own shampoo and conditioner. And I am just telling you this from many times of personal experience. The shampoo and conditioner, I don't care if it's the nicest hotel in the world, it is crap. You need to bring your own so that your hair doesn't feel like just a gobbled up, I don't even know why I'm saying gobbled up, a mess. Feels terrible, doesn't feel soft, feels scratchy and dry. Ugh. Number 21 is to wrap your cords in a ponytail. So I have a computer cord, I have a phone cord, I have 2 sets of earphones, things like that. So wrap those with a ponytail. That way, I always forget to pack ponytails, and I like to wear my hair in buns, as you can see, and ponytails and things like that. Or if I go to the gym, I need a ponytail. Just always make sure you wrap that around there, and then you'll have extra ponytails so that you can wear those, and you will also save space and organize your cords. Number 22 is to bring your own water bottle. Just bring in your own. You can bring just like a regular plastic, like if you drink Dasani or Aquafina or Smart Water, whatever you drink, you can pack your own empty one of those, but you might as well just go out and buy your own water bottle. That way when you're on your trip, unless you're going to Mexico, you can save money and fill up your water, and that way when you get through security with an empty bottle, then you can fill up your water bottle and not have to buy water. All right, number 23 is to pack snacks from home. So this will also save you money and save you time and things like that. So any snacks that don't have to be refrigerated, even if they do have to be refrigerated, and you can pack them in your carry-on or your checked bag if you're taking a checked bag and it's not a long flight, do that as well. But yeah, like pack granola bars, trail mix. I brought some of the little snap pea chip thingies. I also brought like a macaroni and cheese cup. Anything that you can pack along with you that will save you from having to go buy meals or to just have to go out and get stuff and save you time. Goodness, my throat is getting really dry. Speaking of water bottles, I need one. But yeah, and you can get little plastic Ziploc baggies and separate them out too if you want to get super organized and everything like that. Alright, number 24 is to always pack some cash just in case of emergencies. Even if it's $20, you want to pack cash in case you need some sort of cash for something, and to pack it into different places. So you never know if your luggage is going to get lost. You never know if somebody's going to steal your purse. You never know about anything. So just pack, if you're going to pack cash, which I suggest you do, then pack it in different places. Like I've packed some in my suitcase and packed some in my purse, or pack some in my laptop bag, or pack some in my pocket. Just keep it in separate places. Number 5 is to pack gum in your carry-on. If you're not used to flying, it doesn't really happen much for me anymore, but your ears can pop and they can hurt and be painful. So just pack gum because it is known to be able to help subside with that. And I also saw that with little babies, it helps if you help them suck on a sucker if their ears are hurting out on a plane. Alright, number 26 is to pack your socks, your underwear, and even your sunglasses into your shoes. I never even really thought of this, but to save room, if you're running low on room, just shove your underwear inside your socks, shove your socks in there, or in your shoes, shove them all in your shoes. That room's already sitting there anyway, so you might as well put it in there. And sunglasses, it can help protect them. Number 27 is just to carry a jacket or a sweater in your carry-on, because sometimes those planes are bitter cold. I've had planes that can get super hot, but I've had planes where I have no jacket and it's even in the summer and I'm just wearing a t-shirt on the plane, and for some reason they have the air conditioning cranked, and even though you have your little fan turned off on the top, it is still freezing cold in there. I've had flip-flops on too where I'm just like so cold I'm shaking. Number 28 is to, if you are going to a cold climate and you have to bring an actual coat, then just wear that coat on the plane. It might be inconvenient for the time being, it might be inconvenient going through security and uncomfortable, but you can take it off as soon as you get to your gate, and as soon as you get on the plane, you can take it off again. You don't even really have, you don't have to wear it on the actual plane. Just wear it over to your gate so that you it'll just be out of the way and you don't have to pack it, because obviously coats are super bulky. Alright, number 29 is to cover the sharp edges of your razors with a binder clip. So if you have some other way of doing it, you can do that as well, but just to keep that your razor obviously sharp so that it's still working good, but not to cut anything up, snag anything, snag your clothing, snag your suitcase, things like that. You can just get a regular binder clip that you've seen, the little black ones, or there's colorful ones, and just snap that on the top of your razor, unless you have the little cover thingy that it comes originally with, but I always throw those away right when I take them off. Alright, number 30, so we only have 11 more. Number 30 is, I already forgot. Number 30 is to pack a carry-on that's big enough to fit your purse. So you get 2 carry-ons. So you get your roller bag that can go on the top, but then you get a bag that can fit under your seat. So I always bring a duffel bag or some kind of tote bag that I can fit under my seat, but I try to bring one that's big enough that I can fit my purse if I'm wanting to bring my purse. Like this week I didn't bring it just because I already had too much stuff in my bag, and or buy like a smaller purse, a smaller shoulder bag that you can fit in your bag as well if you do have a bigger purse. But yeah, so just try to get some sort of a bag. There's a lot more room under those seats than you would think there is. I'm telling you, there's a lot more room. All right, number 31 is pretty obvious, but just charge your phone before your flight. If your flight's in the morning, then make sure it's on the charger before you go to bed. Just charge it at the airport, charge it before the flight. Because if you think if you have 30% and you think that's gonna last you, it's not. You need to make sure you charge it because you're gonna wanna listen to music. You might wanna watch videos, play games on the plane. But you wanna have your phone charged, especially if you're going to an area you're not familiar with. It's a safety issue and you might need to pull up your maps and stuff like that. So just make sure you charge it. Number 32, I should have switched number to 32 and 33, but number 32 is just to get saran wrap or plastic wrap, and which is the same thing I think, and putting it under your liquid bottle. So like if you do check a bag and you want to bring your whole bottle of shampoo and conditioner, then just put a piece of that saran wrap underneath, like screw off the lid and put it on there, and then screw the lid back on, and that will help save it from leaking. Even if you have the little travel size bottles, those can leak too. All right, and number 33, going back to chargers, is just to buy a portable charger. So there's chargers that you don't even have to plug into the wall. So it's really convenient to have those when you're traveling. Just it's always convenient. Nobody likes having their phone die, but you especially don't want it to die when you're in a place you're not familiar with. So just buy a portable charger. Number 34 is to pack any important items that you're really going to need and an extra set of clothes in your carry-on. So if you have your car keys or your laptop or your, I don't even know what, but whatever's important to you, make sure you pack that in your carry-on because your luggage can get lost. And I don't think it would get lost forever, but especially on your trip, if you have important things, or if you're going home or you're going somewhere that you're going to need your keys or things like that, you're going to want to make sure you have those on you. So don't pack anything important into your checked bag, and bring an extra set of clothes in case they do lose your luggage. You do want to have at least something else you can wear. You can always go to the store, I guess, and buy more clothes if you have the money, which that's really inconvenient. But if you do have at least an extra outfit with you, you have at least one more thing you can wear until you figure out your situation when you're going to get your luggage. All right, number 35 is to let your bank know when you're traveling. I don't know if, I think my bank, you don't really have to let them know for some reason, but most banks you have to let them know if you're traveling. Your card might be blocked, your card might be declined when you're out trying to buy something in a different area because they think that you have stolen the card and you're a stranger that has that person's information and you're spending their money. So that's just a security measure for the bank wise to help you. So yeah, make sure you call them and just make sure that they know that you'll be traveling and the date you'll be traveling so that they don't think there's any suspicious activity going on. Number 36, this one's a little more fun, is to create a travel playlist or just a music playlist on your phone, or whatever playlist you already have that you really like. Just have that on your phone so that you can listen to that music while you're traveling on the flight, and download that to your phone. If you go on Spotify or other apps, Pandora, whatever you use, and you try to listen to that while the flight's in motion, if you don't have Wi-Fi, it's not going to work. And if you have it downloaded, you will be able to listen to those songs. So it's easy. You just have to be connected to Wi-Fi to download that music to your phone, and then you can easily listen to it on the flight. Number 37 is before you leave, stop at the door, stop wherever you are, stop in your tracks, stop at the door, stop wherever you are, stop in your tracks. Before you leave, ask yourself, do I have my license? Do I have my money? Do I have my phone? And do I have my chargers and / computer? License is a big one. Do not forget your license because you have to have a form of identification to get on that flight. And I'm telling you, I lost my license before and I was able to just show them my credit cards. But still, even if you show them another form of ID, even if it doesn't have your photo on it, it should work. But they're gonna give you a full pat down, like I'm serious, full pat down, and they're gonna unpack your entire bag. Number 38 is just to turn your thermostat up or down depending on what season it is where you live. This is pretty self-explanatory, but yeah, it just will save you some extra cash, especially if you're traveling a lot or you're going on a fun trip. You might need the extra cash, so nobody's there to enjoy your air conditioning or your heat, so might as well turn it down a little bit. All right, number 39 is if you end up in the last boarding group, which I have many times, put your suitcase towards the front of the plane. Now, normally I would say that I don't like this because I can't stand it when, especially if there's actually room on the plane next to where you're sitting, put your freaking bags there. But if you're in the last boarding group and you know you're going to be one of the last people on the plane, if you see any empty spaces towards the front, make sure you put your bags in them. Because I've had several times where I have had to put my bags in the back of the plane, and then I have had to sit towards the front in a middle seat, and then you have to wait for everybody to get off the plane before you can travel to the back of the plane and get your bag. So just always keep your bag wherever you're sitting. Try to keep it as close to you as possible, because you do not want to have to wait for everybody to get off the plane before you can get off the plane. Oh no, we're on the last one. All right, we have hit number 40, and that is just to have fun, explore, take pictures, and relax. And I think I put that in a different order on there, but do all 4 of those things. Even if you're on a work trip, take some time to yourself, read some books, or take some pictures somewhere, go sightseeing. Do you. Have fun, be yourself, be yourself. That doesn't really have anything to do with us, but being yourself always has everything to do with everything. Just have fun on your trips, whether they're a work trip or not, and just cherish the moments that you do have. Cherish that you're alive. Live your life to the fullest every single day. And that is all of my 40 tips, and I hope you enjoyed them, and I definitely hope they helped you, because looking them up, a lot of these came from my own personal experiences, but I did look a few up, and I definitely learned a lot myself. So I hope you guys learned a lot too, and although this wasn't about hair or makeup or fashion, I hope this was helpful, because I think mostly everybody has to travel at least some point in their life. So yes, we've reached the end of this video, and I will see you in my next one. Thanks for watching. Bye guys. Bye guys. Bye, you guys. Bye, you guys. I get so embarrassed. I don't want anybody to see or hear me. All right. Have a good night, guys. Bye.